What's up, everyone? It's Travis here, and welcome back to the SF Bay Area Sports Talk channel, and welcome to another live Chicago Bulls post-game fans hangout. And welcome if you happen to be watching this video later on. The Chicago Bulls dropped this one on the road against the Golden State Warriors, 116-102. A frustrating loss, too many mistakes in this game for the Bulls, too many turnovers. We had 19 turnovers in this game. We shot the basketball very well, shooting over 50%. So, we had a great chance to win this game. But for the Warriors, the big story, the return of Stephen Curry. And wow, kudos to Curry coming back, because he was coming back from a tailbone injury. And so for him to be out there, that was incredible. And he puts up 32 points on the Bulls tonight. And yeah, man, what a game for the Warriors. And this was a game both teams needed this win. As both teams coming into tonight were 10th in their respective conferences, both in the Eastern Conference for the Bulls and for the West for the Warriors. So yeah, this is tough for the Bulls to drop this one. We just got to stay positive here. We of course making the big trade at the deadline, getting Vucevic, and I'm so beyond excited to have him. And I think he is going to help put us over the top to being able to make a playoff push. Welcome in, everybody, to the post-game show. How are you doing today? We got MLB Joey in the house. How's it going? Yeah, Knicks, man. Tom Thibodeau doing a great job over there with the New York Knicks, and former Bulls coach, man, he has got the Knicks playing some incredible defense. And a 24-year-old rookie is a bust for the Knicks, though, averaging 3.9 points a game. Yeah, sometimes those things, don't work out in your favor. But for the most part, the Knicks right now, you have to like where they're at. And, that team is just playing incredible. And, for the Bulls, again, let's look more at this trade of Vucevic, as, this is the first time I've been able to do a live postgame since the big trade about 3-4 days ago. And, man, I'm so excited. The Bulls, this is what they needed. We needed another huge key piece to add, along with Zach LaVine and with Kobe White. And especially because, when you're looking at Wendell Carter Jr., whom, of course, we dealt in the trade to the Magic, Carter Jr., of course, he was still very young, 21 years old, and was still developing and, was starting to play much better, averaging, 10 points a game and about about 8 or 9 rebounds. So, Wendell Carter Jr. was developing, but for the Bulls, we needed someone that we could rely on, someone, that like Vucevic, who is an all-star center. And what's also incredible is Vucevic is playing his best season right now at about the age 30-31 season. And so that is incredible. And Vucevic has had an incredible career with the Magic, putting up some impressive numbers. And so I think he's going to be such a great addition to this Bulls team. And not only for the scoring that he provides, the leadership, he can pass the basketball. In this game, Vucevic, he did it all. He had 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists, and he was 9 of 13 field goal shooting from the field. And so that puts into perspective, just how great that Vucevic is and, what he can do out there. Vladimir, is a Michael Jordan fan. Oh, nice. Yeah, that is incredible. Appreciate that, MLB Joey. And so, looking at this game, for the Bulls here, we just got to shake this one off. Early in the game, first half, we had shot over 60% from the field. This game was right back and forth between both teams, and it was very close. But then there in the second half, late third quarter, Warriors started to go on a rally, and Stephen Curry, he started just raining down a bunch of shots. And so Curry, first game back, puts up 32 points. And so incredible performance for Stephen Curry tonight. And looking at for the Bulls, Thomas Satoransky, in a very nice game tonight with 14 points and 8 assists. And so this Bulls team, one of their strengths, of course, is their offensive scoring. This Bulls team can score in bunches and, put up huge point totals. And yeah, unfortunately tonight, our Achilles heel was the turnovers. We just could not take care of the basketball in this game. And ultimately, that is what cost us, unfortunately. And it's just tough when that happens. And we got Alice. Welcome in to the post-game show. How are you doing it tonight? Hey, Travis, let's go Bulls. Absolutely. I love it. Thank you so much for checking in, and hope you're having a great night. Yeah, just tough tonight, losing this one. It's been tough here because, Bulls, we've kind of fallen on a little bit of a rough spell here, now falling about 7 games under 500 as we're 19-26. But you know what? We're still keeping the optimism we're at, and we're still within striking distance of the playoffs. With the loss tonight, we're still just 3 games back of the number 8 seed Miami Heat, and that is still doable. And so we still got some time, but right now, we can't afford to, continue to lose these games that are potentially winnable, or at least make these mistakes. If we had limited the turnovers tonight, this definitely, I think, would have been a much closer game, and, at least had a chance there at the end. But yeah, this was, a blowout. I mean, early in the game, it was such a competitive game through the first half, through early in the third quarter. But then, late third quarter, Warriors just kind of started going on a rally. And yeah, this was a blowout pretty much by the fourth quarter. So sometimes these games kind of get out of hand from you, and, it happens quickly. And in the NBA, those things can happen here. So now another great performance for the rookie, Patrick Williams, just doing absolutely incredible. The 19-year-old, he put up 14 points with 6 rebounds and 4 assists. He has been having an incredible season, the young power forward, and such an incredible pick for the Bulls to draft him in this year's or last year's draft. And yeah, I've just been loving watching Patrick Williams out there. And he's been huge for this team, and also rebounding the basketball as well. And yeah, for the Lauri Markkanen tonight, he had 13 points. So solid performance for him. And yeah, Bulls offensively put up 102 points. And so, great scoring night. Did kind of stall there a bit in the second half. But, this team, again, they are playing solid basketball this year. And to be, within striking distance of the playoffs, you have to be really proud of this group for how hard they have worked. And, they have fought a lot this season. And so I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this team can accomplish down the stretch. I feel like there's not a whole lot of pressure on us because ultimately, I think going into this year, no one thought that we would even be, in the playoff discussion. I think a lot of people had us finishing like 14th in the Eastern Conference. So, for us to be in 10th right now in the East and, to be just 3 games back of the Heat. And it wasn't that long ago that Bulls were at the 6th seed and we were kind of hovering around that 500 mark. But yeah, we kind of hit a bit of a rough spell here. But the good thing about that is, despite all of that, you still look at the standings and you're still 3 games back. And, you got about 20 plus games or so here. So you know what? This is the time to make something happen for the Bulls down the stretch. Really just, lock down the intensity. And yeah, to me, it was so huge to pick up Vucevic. And I felt like Vucevic was the missing piece, for the Bulls that they needed to, help push them over the hump and, to be able to make it to the playoffs. And so, I'm so excited to see what's going to happen down the stretch. And so for this game, Bulls shot overall 52.4% from the field. And again, that first half, a very impressive 60% from the field. And so, this game, you saw both teams, showing that offensive production and that offensive skill set that both of these teams have, and what they have done so well all year, which is put up a lot of scoring. And Bulls did struggle a bit from three tonight, shooting 25% from three. Now, taking a look at the rebounding department for the Bulls, they had 46 rebounds in this game. And for Stephen Curry, for the Warriors, he had a big game in his return, 32 points for Stephen Curry. And as he has been battling a tailbone injury, and, so testimony to Curry's hard work to get back, being able to battle through that injury. And, I did not even think that there was a chance that Curry would be available tonight. I want to say that he was still likely to miss about 2 games. And so, to see him out there, it was so incredible. And to put up the type of performance that he did tonight, again, it just shows, the type of player that he is, the hard work that he puts in there. And yeah, he was really the difference maker. I really think that, if he was not out there tonight, I think the Bulls are able to take advantage. And even despite all of the turnovers, I think if Curry's not out there tonight, Bulls probably come away with this win. But man, for the Warriors, they needed him out there. I think Warriors were 1-6 without Stephen Curry. And same kind of similar thing with the Warriors is, they were kind of about the 6th seed, and then they had fallen kind of in a bit of a rough stretch and fallen back to now the 10th seed. And Warriors, I believe, are about 2.5 games behind the Spurs for that 8th and final playoff spot. Warriors now sitting at 23-24. And you really have to like where the Warriors are at. I mean, they have been having an incredible season. Curry having an MVP caliber season. You've had Wiggins really play amazing. Draymond Green, incredible. And the rookie 19-year-old center, James Wiseman, absolutely phenomenal. And tonight as well, he has a big game with 12 points and 5 rebounds for the 19-year-old center. And Draymond Green, also very nice game tonight. He hit a deep 3, almost, near the half court mark, but it was impressive shot beyond the 3-point line. Draymond knocked down 3 threes in this one, and he had 11 points and also added 5 rebounds. So Draymond, he and also 9 assists. That's the thing. Draymond, not only what he does defensively, as he. And I loved what his quote. He said, in his opinion, he is the greatest defender in the history of the NBA. And, when someone makes a statement like that, to me, you got to be able to back that statement up. And Draymond Green does that. And so, you love when you hear a player make a statement like that. And, to me, I don't think it's any knock on any of the other players in the game. I think when he says that statement, it's kind of his belief that, I don't, like he even said himself, I think that, he would put himself to guard against himself. So if there was anyone out there that he would guard against himself, it would be himself. And so, sometimes, yeah, that is what we are always competing against. You're always competing against yourself to be a better version of yourself than you were the previous day. So, Draymond Green, yeah, I love the statement that he made. And, he backs it up with his play. You look at how he locks down on defense. And also when he is not on the court, you see that this Warriors team defensively, they really struggle out there when Draymond Green is missing. And, so it's so huge for him to be healthy and out there. So big performance for him tonight. And yeah, really for the Warriors all across the board, this was a great game for them and a great game to get back on track. As for the Warriors, I think they had lost 4 in a row going into tonight's game. So this was a huge win for them as the Warriors get ready to take on the Heat coming up on Thursday. So that is going to be a fun one. And for the Bulls, we need the Warriors to help us a bit here to get that win against Miami. That would be huge. So I cannot wait for that matchup on Thursday. And Stephen Curry, a little bit more breakdown of the numbers. Let's get inside the numbers of his 32-point performance. He knocked down 11 of his 24 shots tonight. Very efficient shooting night for him, and was 6 of 14 from beyond the arc. So incredible shooting night from 3, and also added 6 assists. And that's a part of Stephen Curry's game. Excuse me, let me get some water here. That's a part of Curry's game that you have really seen him develop. The assist totals have just gone up even more. His defensive intensity as well, that has also increased. I mean, Curry is just playing so phenomenal right now. And, to me, yeah, you definitely have to say that he likely is to win the MVP this season. And, to bounce back after the tough year he had last season, missing a lot of time with the broken hand injury. It's so phenomenal to see Curry do what he is doing this year and playing at such a high level, continuing to challenge himself. And also, he is getting it within position of breaking Ray Allen's 3-point record all time. And, as long as Curry stays healthy, you're likely to see him break that record at some point next season. So, we are watching history play out in front of our very eyes, night in and night out. And that is why it's such a gift to be able to watch Stephen Curry and, to see the great talent in our game today. And yeah, I mean, it's just awesome to be a part of this era of basketball and, to be able to someday reflect and look back on some of these years and seasons. And yeah, for Curry, I mean, just continuing to do it is just awesome to see out there. Now, looking more, Andrew Wiggins with a big game, 21 points for Wiggins. He continues his incredible season. What a huge boost this was for the Warriors to pick him up in a trade last February 2020. And, to me, that was such a big pickup. I knew that once the Warriors, of course, got Curry back healthy and were able to get to this year's team, you knew that Wiggins was going to fit in very well with this group. And he has shown that this year. And he has just been money from the 3-point line and providing efficient scoring. And also defensively, he has been really great out there and brings a ton of energy on the court. So you love to see that from Wiggins. Welcome in, everybody, to the post-game show. Great to have everyone here checking in. So glad you joined us tonight as we are breaking down Bulls versus Warriors tonight. It was a fun one. It was early in this game, both teams back and forth. This was if you like scoring, you saw both of the talents from both teams in this game really light it up in the first half. And yeah, in the second half, Warriors, they went on a run and ran away with this game, turned it into a blowout because essentially for the first, roughly 2.5 quarters of this game, it was a very close game and just really got, out of hand there towards the end. And so, I would love to hear what you're thinking out there and, especially some thoughts on how you think the Bulls and Warriors, how do you think these teams are going to do down the stretch? Do you think they are going to make the playoffs? So both of these teams coming in tonight, sitting at the 10th seed. And, so it's going to be a lot of fun to see what happens down the stretch here. And, to me, for the Bulls, picking up Vucevic at the trading deadline, that to me was, the biggest move of the deadline. Because, for a young Bulls team with the talent that we had, even if we hadn't have picked up Vucevic, I still feel like this team, would have had the talent to be able to make a seed in the playoffs. But I feel like now with Vucevic having been added, I feel like he is that missing piece for the Bulls to put them over the top to be able to compete and, get into the playoffs. And yeah, I mean, even despite that we've been on a rough stretch here and since the Vucevic trade, we're 0-2, I think. But, we got to shake off these games and we are going to be ready to go for the next one. It's going to be a tough one for the Bulls, but a fun matchup against the Phoenix Suns. They are having an incredible season in the Western Conference at 31-14. But you got to love the matchup. Bulls have proven this year they can compete with the best of them out there. And yeah, I'm excited to see this Bulls team down the stretch. And, to me, this season has already been tremendous. When you look at, Billy Donovan coming in, a first-year head coach, we brought in the first-year general manager, Mark Eversley, brought in a new president, Arturas Karnisovas. To me, this group and this Bulls front office, they have done an amazing job putting this team together and, putting them in a position to play at a high level to get the most out of the talent. Because, the problems with the prior ownership group in the Bulls case, they were not getting the most out of the talent that was there. This Bulls team was talented enough to make the playoffs last year, and they didn't, and they did not play to their expectations. But this year you're seeing this team get the best out of them and get the best out of these players. And I love the intensity that Donovan has shown. He has done such a great job, and he did such a great job with the Oklahoma City Thunder. And you look at his track record, and you go back to his college days at Florida State. I mean, he has done amazing there. And really, the challenge he had with the Thunder last season, he was able to take that Thunder team that no one thought would do anything, and he put them in a position, to they pushed the Rockets all the way to Game 7 in the playoffs. I think it was the first round. So really impressive what Donovan did. And as a Bulls fan, I could not be happier to have him coaching our team. And what a year it's been this year. So that's what's exciting. And so we essentially just go out there, play our brand of Bulls basketball, keep competing, and see where we end up at the end of the season. And just hope that we squeeze in the playoffs, say as an 8 seed. And, from there, I think we could be a really tough out in the playoffs against, whoever we would go up against. So you got some great teams in the East, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Brooklyn, and, so, and also New York now. I mean, how crazy is it to say, that the Knicks being a 4 seed, they have, really impressed. But the Eastern Conference, so, you got some exciting teams there. And so looking for the Warriors tonight, let's take a look at some of the stats here. Warriors shot 50% from the field. So both teams shot really incredible tonight. And for the Warriors, they knocked down their threes. And so for the Bulls tonight, they struggled from 3, but the Warriors shot 42.1% from 3, knocking down 16 threes tonight. So very impressive shooting night for the Warriors from 3. And Warriors get this huge win for them, and they needed it. Now they are 2.5 games back of the San Antonio Spurs. Let's see. 2.5 games. So, very close. And the Spurs, they're another solid young team there that is playing some incredible basketball. And the Western Conference is very deep this season. So, it's not going to be easy for the Warriors down the stretch here, but you got to love the challenge. This team is up for it. And also I love, that the Warriors held on to Kelly Oubre Jr. at the trading deadline. I think that was a very smart move. And, especially for the Warriors making a run at the playoffs, you were going to want to hold on to Kelly Oubre Jr. And so that was huge for the Warriors. And I felt like the Warriors, made some nice moves at the deadline, trading Marquise Chris to the Spurs. I like that move because, with Chris becoming a free agent at the end of the year, there's a likely chance that the Warriors can still be able to re-sign him in the offseason and bring him back for next season. So that is big. And so we are getting down to the most exciting stretch of this basketball season with about roughly 20 plus games here. And get some water. Excuse me. So we're going to see, is this Bulls team, can they be able to rebound from, these few losses here and this rough stretch that they have been in? Because right now it is do or die situation. Because if we don't start winning some games here, we're going to fall too far behind. 3 games, we're still within striking distance. So, we got the positivity, optimism moving forward, and we just got to go out there, compete as hard as possible. And same thing for the Warriors too. They're in the same position, and big win tonight to build some momentum heading into a big matchup against the Miami Heat on Thursday for the Warriors. Now, we are going to be wrapping up the post-game show here shortly. But before we do, as always, we are going to get to our picks of the game. And so we'd love to hear your pick of the game and your thoughts and reactions to this game. And so let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for that. I always enjoy reading your comments and hearing what you have to say. And so really means a lot. And yeah, I am going to take for this game. Let's see. I got to take Patrick Williams. I am going to take Patrick Williams. The rookie did incredible tonight. 14 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. Just playing incredible. And yeah, definitely Stephen Curry, incredible pick as well for this game with 32 points. I mean, just amazing out there, knocking down 11 of 24 shots, and he was 6 of 14 from 3, also adding 6 assists in this game. And so for Curry, first game returning back from that tailbone injury to put up a productive night like he did tonight, just incredible for Stephen Curry. And, Warriors are going to need him. When Curry was out, you saw how important Curry is to this Warriors team. I think we all know that if Curry was not on this team, they would not be in this position, to be contending for a playoff spot at the number 8 seed, potentially. And so, this is so huge for Curry to return back and to battle through what, is normally a tough injury to fight through. That tailbone, sometimes can be very tough. And so Curry tonight with a big performance, 32 points, just incredible for him. And yeah, so I'm taking Patrick Williams, but again, also could have went with Stephen Curry. And so great performances tonight. So yeah, I'd love to hear some of your thoughts and reactions to this game. Would love to get your thoughts. Let me know in that comment section. Really appreciate that, everyone. And let's see what happens down the stretch here. So, all you can ask for is, to have a chance here. And, for the Bulls and Warriors, you got to like their chances with where we're at here. And, so I'm super pumped as a Bulls fan to see what we can accomplish down the stretch. And, so it's going to be incredible. And so with that being said, we are going to be wrapping up the show here shortly. Thank you so much, everyone. And if you haven't done so, let's make some noise for the YouTube algorithm and smash up that like button. Thank you so much, everyone. This really helps out the channel big time. And this helps out the YouTube algorithm so that YouTube knows that this video is relevant. And so then YouTube can recommend this post-game stream to as many Chicago Bulls fans, Golden State Warriors fans, and basketball fans out there. So thank you so much, everyone. This really means a lot to me. I cannot even begin to thank you how thankful I am. I would not be here without all of you. You guys give me the energy to do these streams and to do these videos. And, for that, I thank you so much. And I enjoy these videos so much. So thank you. I really appreciate that. And as always, until next time, we'll see you all back here on the SF Bay Area Sports Talk channel. And if you haven't done so, please consider subscribing to the channel if you would like. We do sports videos on all the latest breaking news, including post-game live streams after every Chicago Bulls game. And we do in-depth coverage of all your favorite local teams here in the San Francisco Bay Area: San Francisco Giants, San Francisco 49ers, Golden State Warriors, and San Jose Sharks, including game breakdowns and live fan reactions. So thank you, everyone, so much. Appreciate all the support. And if you happen to be just checking in right now, we are wrapping up the show here, but feel free to rewind and start from the beginning, as this was an incredible post game. We are breaking it all down here. Nice. We got a update from Alejandro Suarez. Thank you so much for the update. San Jose Sharks with the big win tonight. Big win for San Jose and for that young team, building some confidence. And yeah, I apologize. I have not been able to do a Sharks video here for a while. I have been, to be honest, quite busy. I also, some of you guys don't know, but I am in college right now. So, I try to juggle doing my homework and sometimes, yeah, it gets tough because I got to do homework, but then I always want to put time on my channel. But, definitely Sharks videos are coming. So, I'm going to be putting out some Sharks content coming up. So make sure to have that notification bell turned on, and so we can break that all down. Thank you so much, Alejandro, and really appreciate that. And yeah, Sharks, I've really been enjoying, getting into hockey more. I'll be honest, hockey is probably the one sport that I'm still really learning and developing my knowledge in. So really enjoying that. So thank you. Appreciate the support. So yeah, before we wrap up, again, a quick wrap up tonight. Curry, first game returning back from the tailbone injury. He has a big 32-point performance. And for the Bulls tonight, turnovers, just too many turnovers. That was our Achilles heel. So a rough loss tonight. But you know what? We're going to shake this one off. We're going to come back strong. And so we got this. So thank you again, everyone, so much for checking out the show. And we will see you next time, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your night. And let's go, Bulls. Let's go, Bulls. We'll see you later, Bulls Nation. Peace out, everyone.